Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Los Alamitos Racecourse here on Friday night. It is January the 19th, 2018. Gonna look at the early pick 4 from Los Al, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for racecourses around the world. And join me this coming Saturday. If you're interested in the UK races, a great race coming up from Ascot, the Clarence House Chase. You're gonna see a lot of horses coming out of that race going to Cheltenham in about 7 weeks time. And also join me here on YouTube next week for the Pegasus World Cup preview. Great card from Gulfstream, so go join me here on YouTube for that. But this early pick 4 from Los Al looks very hittable. I say very hittable, but you're not going to get a lot of money, so you have to do a cheap ticket. So I'll give you a ticket here. So let's get on to it. Starting off with race number 1, the first race from Los Al here on this Friday evening. First post 10 o'clock Eastern, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. The first race is a claiming race, purse $11,500. It's for 3-year-olds which have never won a race in 2017 or 18, going for a claim price of $5,000. Field of 6 horses here, going the distance of ground of 900 meters. You never heard that for Los Al, or 4.5 furlongs on the Los Al Oval. And I show the diagram, just gives me a second to look down at my notes, so just bear with me. You can't do two things at the same time. My top pick in this race, I like the number 6 horse, and the 6 horse, Tis Point. I'm going to play maybe 2 tickets here. He'll be a single on one of my pick 4 tickets, and on the cheap ticket. On the expensive ticket, I'm going to go too deep. I'm going to use the 6 and the 1. But my top 4, my superfecta for this race is going to be 6-1-2-5, 6-1-2-5. I'm going to use 6-1 on my expensive $12 pick 4 ticket, and I'm going to use the 6 horse as a single on my cheap $6 ticket. But my top pick, number 6, Tis Point, 9-5. Juan Sanchez is on this 9-year-old gelding by Tiz now. He's been around the block a few times, this one. Most recently, his horse had a running at Golden Gate Fields the 18th of November. 5.5 furlongs, claiming 5. Horse finished 6 by 2 3/4 lengths. Broke on top and was with the leaders early on, and then just kind of hit the wall in the straightaway. It just wasn't his day at the end of the race. I think coming here to Los Al for the first time, stepping on dirt for the first time in quite a while, I think this should change this one because he's back to a lower class. Start before, you have to go to the 1st of July. I came at Oak Tree at Pleasanton, 6 furlongs and a claiming 10. He finished 3rd by 2 lengths that day. I was dueling early on and just kind of hit the wall in the straightaway. It just wasn't his day to win at the end. And then a claiming 8 at Golden Gate, 5.5 furlongs, made the 21st. Horse finished 2nd by head. He broke on top and was dueling for most of the race. Got caught right before the wire, but that was probably his best race of 2017. He hasn't won in quite a while. He's won 9 times in this very long career of 43 outings. But like I said, I think coming here to Los Al, shorter distance, not as tough horses as you're going to see up in north. I think this horse should run a big one. 9-5, like I said, he's a good horse to have on your ticket. Another horse I'll use on my expensive ticket, the 1-horse Swiss Cheese Deal, the veteran here at 7-year-old gelding. He's 2-1. He's coming off of a race at Los Al a few weeks ago, 6th of January, 4 furlongs and a claiming 5. His horse finished 3rd by 1 3/4 lengths. He just sat off the pace early on. He closed up a little bit at the end, but it wasn't enough to win. I think with the extra half furlong today, I think he could be closing up well here today. He hasn't, like I said, he hasn't won in quite a while either, but I think he's due for a victory. Watch out for him to run a big one. So to recap my bets for the first from Los Al, I'm going to go with the 6 horse here. Number 6, if I could get my iPad to load, the 6 horse, Tis Point is a top pick. I'll go 6-1-2-5 in the superfecta. I'll go 6-1 in my first leg, my pick 4 on my expensive $12 ticket, and on my cheap ticket, which costs $6, I'll use the 6 horse, Tis Point as a single. So now let's get on to race number 2 from Los Al. The second race is a claiming race, purse 25. It's a claiming 25 here, purse $8,000. It's for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds, and upwards. Number 1, 2 races. Fields of 6 horses going the distance of ground of 900 meters, or again, the standard standard thoroughbred distance at Los Al of 4.5 furlongs. My top pick in this race, a very wide open race it is. I'm going to use the 5 horse here, number 5, Acclaimed Cat. I'm going to go 5-4-6-2 in the superfecta, 5-4-6-2 super. Now to the pick 4 scenario, I'm going to go 3 deep. I'm going to go 5-4-6. So 5-4-6 for me in the pick 4, 5-4, 6-2 in the Super. My top pick, number 5, Acclaimed Cat. 6-1, this 4-year-old filly by acclamation gets Keely McDade on this one, a 10-pound apprentice, so is carrying 113 pounds, which is a great low weight in this spot. This horse is making his first start of the season, first start of the year. Most recently, this horse had an outing the 17th of December that came at Los Al, 4.5 furlongs and a claiming 25. Horse finished third by 3 lengths that day. As the favorite at just under 1-2, he didn't have the best of breaks, had to be chasing most of the race, closed up a tiny bit at the end, but it was just a disaster race. If this horse breaks on top today, I think this horse could run a major race. The horse's last victory came a week earlier from that start. December the 9th at Los Al, 4.5 furlongs, maiden 35. This horse won by 4.25 lengths, was almost on the lead all throughout, broke on top, and just had a very nice, easy walk in the park. An all-around great run for this horse, and his only second Los Al nighttime appearance. And then start for the 29th of October, came at Los Al during the evening. 4.5 furlongs, maiden 35, 100. This horse finished 5th by 7.25 lengths. Disaster trip, was wide and just didn't have the best of runnings. Like I said, if he breaks on top here today with this low weight, I think he should run a big one. Watch out for him. So to recap my bets for the second from Los Al, I'm going to go with the 5-horse Acclaimed Cat. I'm going to go 5-4, 6-2 in the superfecta. I'll go 5-4, 6 in the pick 4 on both tickets. So now let's get on to race number 3 from Los Al. The third race, it is an allowance race, purse $12,000. It's for 3-year-olds and upwards, which have never won a race at 870 yards. Field of 7 horses going the distance of ground of, I think it's just less than 800 meters if I'm not mistaken, but it's 870 yards, which is a little less than 4 furlongs also, by like a 10 feet, something like that. Top pick in this race, I like the number 3 horse here, Storm and Trick. I'm going to go 3-4, 3-4-1-5 in the superfecta, 3-4-1-5 super. I'll go 3-4 on both tickets of my pick 4. Top pick, though, number 3, Storm and Trick, 9-5. Vinny Bednar is on this one. Most recently, his horse had an outing the 27th of October, so he'll have a little bit of a layoff. Los Al, 870 in an allowance race, same conditions as today. His horse finished second by 1.25 lengths, and just sat off the pace that day. Well, maybe just sat off the pace, that's what I could say. And he just couldn't get that good closing kick at the end. Couldn't catch the winner Cat from Iraq, who just ran a great race and won next start out. But this horse was definitely second best. Before that, on the 23rd of September at Los Al, 4.5 furlongs, claiming 5. This horse won for fun, won by 3/4 length. Opened up by a lot midpoint of the race, but he started to hit the wall in the final 100 yards, but it wasn't. He still won for fun. A very nice, easy victory that day. And then 870 and claiming 1250 at Los Al. Horse finished 4th by 2.25 lengths. He set the pace early on, then kind of really hit the wall and straight away. It just wasn't his day to win. I do think the 870 distance is perfect distance for this horse. He has the speed. I think he should run a big one. Watch out for him to run a big one. So to recap my bets for the third one, Los Al, I'm going to go with the 3-horse Storm and Trick. I'm going to go 3-4-1-5 in the superfecta, 3-4 for me in the pick 4 on both tickets. So now let's get on to race number 4 from Los Al, the final leg of the early pick 4. The fourth race is a claiming race, purse $8,000. It's for 3-year-olds and upwards, going for a claiming price of $2,500. Field of 6 horses going the distance of ground of 800 meters, or the distance of ground 4 furlongs on the Los Al Oval. And if you're ever wondering how to get the distance of meters, just multiply the furlongs. So if it's an 8 furlong race, you multiply the 8 furlongs by 2, and you'll get 1,600 meters, which is a mile. So just do that for the if you want your meters measurement of the race. But back to the race here, the final leg. I'm gonna go single this race. I'm gonna go to the 5-horse Southern Sunrise as top pick. I'm gonna go 5-4-2-3 in the superfecta. 5-4-2-3 super for me here. Single the 5-horse Southern Sunrise pick 4. Even money here, Juan Sanchez. His horses run, in tougher races as of late, but this race is not nearly as tough as his other outings. He should run well. Most recently on the 10th of December, that came to Los Al, 4 furlongs claiming 5. He just finished 6th by 5.25 lengths. Didn't have the best of starts. was a little bit drifting around the turn. It just wasn't his day to win. Before that, at Los Al, 4 Phones claiming 4. Horse won by 3 1/4 lengths. That was not a tough field. He was on the lead all throughout and just kept opening up. A very clear driving victory at the end. And then 2 weeks earlier at Los Al, 4 Phones claiming 25. Horse won by a length that day. He opened up by a lot. He weakened late, but he still had the victory. An all-around nice one at the end. And he wanted to start before and claiming 25 at Los Al, non-2. His horse won by 3/4 length. Again, he was on the lead all throughout, had a very easy victory. Looking over the speed in this race, not a lot out of it. So I think he could open up by a bunch weak and late, but still get the victory here. So watch out for him. That weren't a big one. I know even money's not the best price, but you're gonna have to take it. So to recount my bets for the 4th from Los Al, gonna go with the 5-horse Southern Sunrise. Gonna go 5, 4, 2, 3 in the superfecta. I'll single the 5-horse in my pick 4. So now let's get to the recap my pick 4 selection. Starting off at race number 1, I'm going to go 6-1 on my expensive ticket, 6-1. Race 2, I'm going to go 5-4-6. Race 3, I'm going to go 3-4. And in race 4, I'm going to single the 5-horse. That's the expensive ticket. For $1 is going to cost you $12. The cheap ticket, which is basically the same ticket I just said, but in race number 1, you're going to single the 6-horse. That's going to only cost you $6. So it's a very economy, it's a very cheap ticket either way. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5.